In the ancient kingdom of Sheba, where the winds carried secrets and the stars whispered stories, there reigned a queen whose beauty was matched only by her wit. Known as Bilqis, but revered as the Queen of Sheba. Legend told that her eyes, like pools of liquid gold, hold within them the secrets of the universe, and her voice, like a melody from the heavens, soothes the soul and stirs the heart. Her touch like a warm breeze, caressing the skin and igniting the senses with a fire that cannot be quenched. Such was the charm of Queen Sheba. Her kingdom was awash with riches beyond measure, where gold flowed like water and precious gems sparkled like stars in the night sky. Palaces of white stone rose high above the treetops, each more magnificent than the last, their walls adorned with tapestries woven with threads of gold and silver. But the true measure of the kingdom's wealth lay not in its material possessions, but in the hearts of its people. For ancient Cush was a kind and generous people, eager to share their riches with all. Queen of Sheba was fascinated by the stories she had heard about a king named Solomon who was famed for his wisdom and wealth. The whispers of an old owl had brought news of the stunning queen to Solomon. Legend said her kingdom basked in the warm glow of the moon, illuminated by the sun god Ra. Her kingdom was steeped in sun worship. King Solomon, intrigued by her radiance, and a desire to share his wisdom with her, sent a letter to her, inviting her to embrace a more divine path of Jehovah, the master of time and space, and the embodiment of all that is just and righteous in the world. His wisdom and knowledge are infinite, his love and mercy boundless, and his justice and wrath are fearsome to behold. Solomon enticed her with a letter.
My queen, the secrets of my heart can no longer remain unspoken, as they dance wildly through my mind. Day and night, I must confess my deep admiration for you, even though our paths have never crossed. From the very first whisper of your name, I have been enchanted by your essence. You possess a beauty and allure that is beyond compare. Yet, as a man of wisdom, I cannot help but wonder if there is more to you than meets the eye. Are you not more than just a mere mortal, but a child of the divine? I see in you a kindred spirit, and I implore you to consider the path of righteousness that Jehovah has laid before us. Beloved, I implore you, do not leave me in this world without knowing if my affections are shared. I will wait with a heart full of hope for your response. Yours always, a devoted admirer.
In response, the queen, known as Bilqis, sent a lavish assortment of gifts to the king's court, hoping to win his favor. But Solomon, with his unyielding devotion to the divine, remained unmoved by the offerings. Determined to meet this king and test his wisdom, the queen embarked on a long and perilous journey through the treacherous terrain of the desert to reach Jerusalem, the seat of Solomon's kingdom. She followed the whispers of the wind and the call of her heart. Her quest led her to the fabled land of Jerusalem. Upon arrival, the queen was greeted with great ceremony and was taken to Solomon's palace, where he entertained her with a lavish banquet. The two conversed and debated, with the queen posing difficult questions and riddles, testing Solomon's intelligence and wit. Much to her surprise, Solomon proved himself true to being the master of wisdom. There was a mystical connection between them, a bond that transcended time and space. And so, they talked for hours, their words weaving a tapestry of wisdom and wonder. The Queen of Sheba was spellbound by the man, for she had never before encountered someone so captivating and alluring. She was struck by his gentle stare, which seemed to pierce through her soul with its warmth and kindness. Every word that flowed from his lips was like honey, sweet and intoxicating, and she found herself hanging on his every syllable. But it was not just his words that enamored her. It was his wisdom and intelligence that shone like a brilliant star in the night sky. He was a man of great depth and insight, who seemed to possess a knowledge and understanding of the world that surpassed that of any mortal. She was entranced by his ability to see through the facade of the world and discern the truth that lay beneath. As the days went by, the queen found herself completely possessed by Solomon's charm and charisma, and he to hers. It was on the last night of her visit that something truly magical happened. As the moon rose high in the sky, Solomon led her to his chambers, and there, under the watchful gaze of the stars, they surrendered to the passions of love that had brought them together. As the time came for the queen to return to Sheba, she was torn between her love for Solomon and her duty to her people. She knew that her kingdom needed her, but she also knew that her heart belonged to Solomon. In the end, the queen made the difficult decision to return to Sheba, leaving behind the man she loved. But she knew that their bond would endure. She returned to her kingdom, where she bore Solomon a son, Menilek, whose mystical powers would change the course of history. Menilek I founded the Solomonic Dynasty, under one god, Jehovah. This was the end of sun worship in Cush. He united various Ethiopian tribes and founded the city of Addis Ababa. Under Menilek's rule, Ethiopia experienced significant territorial expansion and military conquests. He is credited with conquering neighboring regions such as Shua, Damat, and Gajem, and establishing a strong central government. This colossal legacy is the story of Solomon and Sheba, of two souls brought together by fate and guided by divine love, inspiring generations with the power and beauty of true love. All glory unto God, His love endures for all eternity.